Good afternoon, everyone. In this presentation, we are going to see the overview of our recent tasks that we have performed for our web application for Twitter post transformation. This is the overview of our presentation. We created a UI for visualizing post performance analytics, develop a UI for managing user roles and permission, conduct usability testing for the user interface, implement responsive design for the UI, optimize UI performance and load times, UI UX design documentation for user guide and for the WordPress aspect. The main objective of our task is to create a web application for Twitter post transformation. This is the assigned task that we have performed in our recent days. Our task one is about create a UI for visualizing post performance analytics. The status is completed. We created initial wireframes for post performance analytics dashboard, focusing on user friendly navigation and data visibility. Developed the UI using WordPress themes and plugins, ensuring compatibility with the various devices and screen sizes. Our task 2 is about develop a UI for managing user roles and permission. The status is completed. We added input fields like user information and role name in the form. The form was styled with a cohesive design that includes sections for user information, role name, and permission. The UI ensures ease of use for administrators and integrates seamless with WordPress existing design. Our task 3 is about conduct usability testing for the user interface. The status is completed. We created test scenarios that reflects typical user interaction with the UI, such as navigating to the roles and permission page, assigning roles and managing permission. Conducted usability testing with a group of 8 participants representing the target user base. Participants were asked to perform the test scenarios while the interaction were recorded. Our task 4 is about implement responsive design for the UI. The status is completed. The layout was redesigned using a flexible grid system that relative units like percentage and EM. Elements such as the navigation bar, input field, and buttons were adjusted to ensure they scale appropriately on different screen sizes. Media queries were implemented to apply specific styles for various screen widths. Our task 5 is about optimize UI performance and load times. Status is completed. We combined multiple CSS and JavaScript files into single files. Utilize CSS splits to reduce the number of images and minimize external resources dependencies. We compressed images using TinyPNG and converted them to WebP format. Implemented lazy loading for images, ensuring they load only when needed. Our task 6 is about UI UX design for documentation and user guide for WordPress dashboard. The status is completed. We documented the design principle using simplicity, consistency, and user accessibility. Key UI components includes a dashboard overview, navigation menus, and post scheduling modules. The guide covers essential features such as how to schedule posts, configure SEO settings, manage user permission, and interpret post performance analytics. We accomplished in this class. We completed code UI features for analytics and role management, improve performance and responsiveness of the dashboard, reduce load time by 30%, and completed the 80% of the design documentation. Challenges we have faced in this task is to integrate analytic data from multiple sources, balancing UI responsiveness with performance optimizations. The solution we have implemented in this task is to use asynchronous API calls to improve data handling, applied CSS grid and Flexbox for responsive design. The upcoming task is to finalize the usability testing and gather feedback, and complete documentation and user guide. The goals in this task is about achieve full UI functionality with minimal performance overhead, release the dashboard with detailed documentation, and that's it. We conclude our presentation. The recap of our progress made on the key UI development tasks include analytic visualization, user management, and performance optimization. Thank you for your time and attention. Thank you. Thank you.